Welcome to the unit on relations and functions. In this unit, we're going to learn about relations, learn about functions, and also some of the characteristics of a function. So let's get right into this. A few definitions for you to know. A set is a collection of distinct objects. Okay? An element of a set is one object in that set, and a relation associates the elements of one set with elements of another set. So I'm not going to ask you definitions, but you should understand what these words are. So we've got sets with things in the sets, and a relation tries to connect the two sets. Okay, one way to write a set is a list of its elements. Okay, inside brackets. And we're going to talk a lot about this bracket idea because there's many different types of brackets and you need to use the correct ones. Okay, this is called a set bracket. And if I want the elements from 1 to 5 in a set, I list them like this. So these are the elements in the set 1 to 5 in brackets that we call set brackets. Okay, now the order doesn't matter, but in this case I did them from least to greatest. So that's one way to look at a set. What a relation does is it tries to associate elements from one set to another set. So in this case, we're going to show what the relation is between a fruit and its color. Okay, and so you can see an apple is red or an apple is green, a blueberry is blue, a cherry is red, a banana is yellow. It's associating, it's relating the color to its fruit. Describing the relation in words, we could say something like the color of fruit. Okay, so we are relating the color to its fruit, right? And there are many ways to describe or represent relations. One of them would be like a table like this. Another one is with words. Another with ordered pairs. So ordered pair compares each of the elements that are related. So for example, I would list here an apple is red. That's one element of the relation. Okay, I could also write an apple is green, etc. I mean, I could write them all, but I think you kind of get the idea. And this is a set. Okay, a set of ordered pairs. Ordered pairs means what's the element in the first set compared to the element in the second set. Okay, one more way to represent it is an arrow diagram. So this is basically taking the table. So we're going to list all of the fruits in the first bubble here. And then we would use an arrow to show that an apple could become red. It could also become green. So you can see there's two arrows leaving the apple. Blueberry is blue. And then the cherry is red. So we're going to put another arrow up there to red. And then the banana is yellow. So the arrow diagram just kind of shows you how the two sets are related. So there's your first example of a relation. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to see questions with the color of fruit in your homework or tests. Okay, let's get more into numbers, more things that look like math. Okay, in this case, the relation represents the number of marbles and their mass. So how is the mass related to the number? If I describe the relation in words, I might say something like the mass of marbles. By the way, mass is just another word for weight. Okay, so the mass of marbles could be the description of this in words. All right, representing the relation as a set of ordered pairs. So I would open up my set bracket, and my first ordered pair would be 1, 1.27. The next one would be 2, 2.54. The next one would be 3, 3.81. And you get the idea. Okay, again, an arrow diagram. Well, this time there is no sort of overlap. Each one has its own specific path to follow here. Okay, and so you would list the rest of them here. 4, 5, 6. I think that's how far we go. Yeah, and so this would be 5.08. This one would be 6.35, and this one would be 7.62. All right. Another way to represent a relation. So we've got lots of different ways already. Another way would be to represent the graph. Now this is a little bit more complicated because we need to know what goes down here and what goes up here. And here you have to ask yourself, what is related to what? What is affecting what? What is influencing what? And we get into this idea of independent and dependent variables. And I hope this would make sense that if I put the number of marbles here, the mass depends on how many marbles I have, right? The more marbles I have, the more it's going to weigh. Okay? And so if I call this 1, call this 2, call this 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I put the weights here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1 marble would be approximately 1.27. 2 marbles would be about 2.54. 3 marbles, okay, where's 3.81? That's going to be just a little bit shy of 4. Okay, and 4 would be 5.08. 5 would be 6.35. And 6 would be like right off the chart here. Okay, so that would be representing it as a graph. Now, quick question. Do you think I should connect the dots like that? I hope you say no, because you can't have half a marble. This is what we call discrete data, not continuous. Okay, we'll talk more about those things as we come up. But discrete means we can't connect the dots, even though it looks like it forms a straight line. Okay, next, representing a relation given as a bar graph. So here we're given this graph and we have to represent them in different ways. Okay, so let's call this the breed of dog, and then this will be their height. Okay, and the height's in centimeters. So we would write the Afghan. I have no idea what an Afghan dog looks like. I do know what a Chihuahua looks like. A Corgi, a Golden Retriever, a German Shepherd, and the Malamute. Okay, and all I do is I have to put down what their weights are. So looking on the graph, the Afghan looks like 75 centimeters, the Chihuahua 20, the Corgi 30, the Golden Retriever and German Shepherd are both about 60, and the Malamute looks like about 65. Okay, so that's just transferring the information and representing it in different ways. We could do the arrow diagram as well. So we'll have the Afghan, the Chihuahua, the Corgi, the Golden Retriever, the German Shepherd, and the Malamute. And we have 75, 20, 30. I don't have to write 60 twice. So I'm going to have these arrows that connect the dogs with their height. And you can see the German Shepherd and Golden Retriever both go to the same height. Okay, so I would expect to have a question like that where you're going to have to represent a relation in different ways. Okay. Now that's the end of this lesson. If you can do the exercise in your workbook, I believe it is exercise 25. All right, go to it.